your SOS. All right, so I thought this was interesting. Okay, this is a campaign that I just started running. Let's go ahead and shut this down. Okay. Um, Let me just remove my breakdowns here. So this campaign here, right? 29 leads so far, about 545 a piece. I'm generating leads with a content topic worksheet as a free download, and I am uh, I'm running the ad to 3 different audiences. I'm targeting marketing influencers, right? Like Ryan Dice, Ty Lopez, those types of individuals, HubSpot, Ryan Dice, and then social media or marketing platforms like brands. And then I'm using the behavior of business page admins, being their business page admins are the only people that I'm selecting out of this big audience. And then I'm narrowing that even further by people who are interested in content marketing, lead generation, and social media marketing, right? Which gives me a good audience, 76,000 people here in the 46 to 55 age bracket. Okay, then I've got 36 to 45, same thing, just different age bracket, which gives me more people in that age range, I believe. See, more than double. And then we've also got a 26 to 35 age group, which is even more than that. This is where it starts to get interesting, right? So I've got these 3 different age groups here, boom and boom, right? These 3 here. Look at the differences in messaging. The 36 to 45 is responsible for 17 ad leads at $3.98 a piece on average. The 46 to 55 is next least expensive, but still more expensive than I want to pay at $6.99. And then down here, the lowest performing is the 26 to 35 age range at $8.61. I'm using campaign budget optimization, meaning that I'm using 25 bucks a day, and then I'm making Facebook spend at least $6 per ad set per group audience at least, which is 18 bucks, and that gives a few bucks for it to allot to the different campaigns it feels is going to perform better, but still give me even showing of these different groups with the budget so that I can get a good idea which one is going to perform best at this level, right? So I'm looking for cheap, not cheap, I'm looking for inexpensive, high quality leads at this point, right? So that's the breakdown there. Now, as you can see, I've already turned off the 26 to 35 group because that's too high. I don't want to keep spending my $25 budget. If I can spend it between these 2 groups that are less expensive, I'm going to put a lot more budget towards less expensive leads for the same quality, right? That's the idea of testing. So I'm going for audiences here first. Now, let's take a look here. What I want to do first, let's collapse this and let's break this down by placement. This is really interesting to me. Platform or placement, which is going to be like, is it on Facebook, whether it's in the stories or in the news feed, is it on the mobile app or in the desktop? This is where I feel like you're going to find a lot of traction in getting better results for your ad campaign, right? So, and I'll show you another way here in just a second. So if we look at these, if we break down at the campaign level, meaning all the leads that are generated are the 29, look at the breakdown of the differences between these placements, right? So Facebook newsfeed on the desktop, we've got 7 generated through there at $2.42 a piece. That's the lowest on the board here. Okay, the next lowest is Instagram feed at $3.69 per lead, right? Newsfeed on the mobile app is the most expensive, right? $7.17. So that says something, but most of the leads have been generated from there, okay? Probably because of the amount of traffic there versus the other places, or at least the way that Facebook's allotting the budget. This is why you can't give Facebook too much room to do what it does completely on its own, because it'll just figure something out, and sometimes it's wrong. It just is, because these channels are obviously less expensive for the messages, but the key here is the volume the same, right? So we'll see. But these are hypotheses, is that if I were to shut off this mobile app channel, that my leads would instantly get like half price, right? I would not be generating near the same amount of leads probably Or maybe I would, who knows, because the budget would go towards these other channels. So I would imagine my impressions would go up on Instagram and feeds and stories, as well as on the Facebook news feed on the desktop. But I'm not willing to do that yet. So, but that's one way to look at it, right? These channels here, placement, this just shows you how much placement actually matters, is these placements are less than half cost of this placement, right? Just based on the medium. Now, let's take a look at the ad sets. I'm going to take this breakdown off here and let's look at the ad sets. Look at another way to optimize these ads. So at first I had all three of these running, right? And what I was looking for was, of these three, which audience, because that's what these ad sets are based on. The ads are all the same. There's 4 in each one of these ad sets, all identical. I'm looking for what is going to be the least expensive cost per acquisition as far as my targeting is concerned. Audiences only really right now. Okay, that's what this is ad set is optimizing for. So as you can see, first I found this was too expensive, so I just shut it off. It was enough leads for me to tell at the amount of impressions that it was getting compared to the other ones that I had to shut it off because it was driving my overall lead cost up, right? So I got rid of that. Now instantly from that point forward, if the things stay the same, my lead cost drops by $1.61, or at least the total cost and the average drops significantly from where it was. So now I'm dealing with these two. But let's look at this, right? So my cost per lead for 46 to 55 is $6.99 per message, less than half, or about, yeah, less than half of the 36 to 45, right? We know these people are more interested in leads cost less. But let me do this. Sorry about the coughing, guys. I got this like kind of like allergy season going on, and it's making me all phlegmy. Anyway, so let's look at, let me break this down again by placement, because this is also, in my opinion, fascinating because it tells you something about the age range that we're talking about here and what platform they use more of, okay? So if we look down here again, let's look at 46 to 55 first, okay? The most leads have come from the Facebook news feed on the desktop of all of these, of this channel. And they're at $2.15 a piece versus 36 to 45, where the Facebook news feed in the mobile app is attributed to far more leads than any other channel here, right? So we're talking about the mobile being more prevalent among the 36 to 45 demographic. That's totally true. And then the 46 to 55 using desktop more and converting there more often and for less expensive. Now, desktop is still cheaper on 36 to 45, but the difference here I see is interesting that this group here, this age range, the same interests, uses their mobile device more, and that's where the leads are coming from versus desktop on the 46 to 55 range. So this, what I'm going to do here in this group is I'm actually just going to turn off my mobile channel altogether, and it's going to drop down my reach for sure, right? A lot, okay? But I don't care about that. I want to test this out and see if it works. So I'm going to go ahead and make that change. And now what I've done effectively, now Facebook is going to see this and it's probably going to handle this. It can handle it a couple of ways. One, I know I don't sound like an expert when I say this, but this is how it really works in the world when you're running ads. It's never the same way that Facebook responds to these kinds of things, right? So one way that Facebook could respond is I turned off this mobile app channel now, and I'm only going to be using desktop and Instagram. So my lead cost could go down by $1, right? Like just instantly, and it'll attribute more budget to these channels than it did this one. So hopefully my impression share will go up in those areas because there's enough. That's where the audience size comes into play. And I think 22,000 is still legitimate enough to be able to get the amount of impressions I need to continue the pace of leads. We'll see what happens. Actually, this is not the right channel that I just changed. The one that I changed was this one, I believe. Wasn't it? Yeah, because that was the one that's in review. Anyway, so yeah, eliminated mobile app traffic here. $13 per message for this channel versus $2.15 for their desktop feed and for Instagram feed, right? So effectively, I just now hopefully cut my lead cost for this age range in half. But again, Facebook could react in different ways. It could now, because it's going to show more of its ads to desktop, and Instagram's going to spread the budget out maybe a little further and maybe increase the cost of conversion on those channels. But hopefully it won't be to the degree where it comes even close to $13, right? Maybe it'll go up to $5, I don't know. Hopefully it stays down at like $2, $3, $5 for Instagram, or maybe it goes down because more impressions on Instagram probably is going to get me more leads, which will drive the cost down. But anyway, my point here is that these optimizations here, you can look at it a lot of different ways. And two really powerful ways to look at this is by age group and by, if you have all the interest together, right? If I had put all these in one group with full age range from like 20 up to 65, I'd have like, 600,000 people. But instead I chose to break it up into 10-year age ranges. And that gives me a slice into the differences in their behavior and perspective into that, which you wouldn't get unless you sectioned your audiences off in that way, right? And so now I can break it down by the placement and see which age range responds to which placement better. And that gives me the ability to optimize my ads and bring my costs down. So gradually, right, I've started with audiences by themselves, and then I figured out which ones were most expensive and I shut that off. Now I'm running with the least expensive audiences, and I may even shut another one of those off at some point. Now my goal is to figure out how I can bring that cost even further down and keep the same quality of lead, right? So I start out at maybe like $7 or $8 a lead, and I end up getting it down to like $3 or $4 a lead. And if I can get that consistently, and then I can generate, say, I can make it at least enough leads in the door and convert enough of those leads into sales on the back end somehow, then I have now a self-fulfilling offer, and I have a self-fulfilling funnel that basically funds itself because it's profitable all the time and it's automated in that fashion. So anyway, just wanted to kind of show you guys this. How does this tie into content and creating quality content that converts people and attracts your leads? Well, we're talking about getting the content in front of the right people in this video, right? Ads is all about getting and promoting your content in a way that people can see it and that they get value from it, right? Because if you don't, you get the most valuable content in the world, but if the eyeballs aren't on it, then that value can't be received and the action can't be taken and the results don't come, right? It's in a vacuum, it's worthless. So Facebook ads is one way that I use to get my clients and myself in front of people. A lot of you here came into this group because you saw my ad about this content topic worksheet and you found that interesting. You downloaded the worksheet. Now you're in the group because that's the way that I've directed my funnel. But that all starts with Facebook ads, right? Getting my message of value to you in the right way, making sure that it's to the right people that see it, and then compelling them with the kind of value that really does help them. Because this product is part of my process that I use. What you're seeing right now, this ad campaign came from this process, exactly, right? So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you guys. Hopefully you get value from it. And let me know if you have any questions around Facebook ads, or if you have any sort of questions around promoting, getting your eyes on the right content. Again, part of quality content is knowing who you're writing it for. And if you know who you're writing it for, then you can get it in front of the right people once it's written, and then you can get the results from it. So that's how it ties all together here. It's just as important who you show it to and how you get it in front of them as the content itself. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. Let me go ahead and blow back to full screen. Again, in the comments below, are you running ads? Number one, for clients, for yourself. If so, what have you done that's worked for you? What kind of ads are you running? Are you running videos? Are you running images? Are you running short, tiny ads with just a little bit of text? Are you running long copy ads? I'd love to know what you guys are doing out there. And any questions that you have about this funnel that I'm running here, or if you have any questions about the video or anything that I'm using in this, I probably will do a video on that and kind of show that in maybe another later session that I'm going to do. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some valuable content and show you this, because I found this really valuable when I saw it, that, wow, the leads in this Instagram channel and the Facebook desktop channel are like $2.50 versus $13 for the mobile app feed. That's how you make moves in your campaigns, y'all. Seriously, that's how you make moves. Is you find these little areas, you tune in to the intricacies and the ways that these audiences are sliced up and the way that Facebook displays these ads, where it puts them, how it puts them there. And you start looking for opportunities to remove waste, remove surplus expense, and try to make it as efficient and lean as possible to get the same results. So any questions you have around that, let me know as well. And have a great shoot, man. I don't even know what day it is because we're all quarantined. Happy Monday. Have a great day. Looking forward to sharing some more great content with you guys. Love to know what you want to see, right? I've got I've got case studies I can share with you guys about videos that we've created in Facebook ad campaigns that I can show you. I've got experts I can bring on. I've got a friend of mine that his name is Craig. Craig Mount, he is an expert on Google My Business and content creation in the area of SEO and generating rankable content. I've got friends that are able to train on sales process, all that kind of stuff. I can do the same thing myself. I got a lot of stuff that I want to show you guys, Facebook ad specific stuff around the area of content and using content in the ads. How to create content that's actually going to generate leads in your ads is really, really important. Even more important, right, like than the product itself, is that message you use to get in front of people, and then how you transfer them over into an offer and how you get them to take advantage of that offer, the channels that you use. I use Facebook Messenger a lot. So I'm sure you'll be seeing some content for that soon, but I guess I'm kind of rambling on right now. But yeah, anyway, let me know if you have any questions or you need anything, or comment down below. Share this with people that you think would be good for this group as well. If you know other business owners, other consultants, marketers that are wanting to get results and wanting to help their clients create better content, wanting to get paid more, because ideally at the end of the day, if you can create content that generates leads, you can get paid a lot of money. You really can. And so, yeah, like I said, share this with anyone that you think would benefit from it. And the more the merrier, right? We're a community here. We're a movement. We're fighting against mundane, crappy content that wastes people's time and energy. We ain't got no time for that. So make it a great day, and we'll talk soon.